no matter how much effort you put in. If you're ready to break through those barriers and catapult yourself towards your biggest goals, then this video is exactly what you need. Today, we're bringing you an animated summary of the profound book Massive Action Equals Massive Results by Sunil Saxena. Dive in and discover a blueprint that will guide you on how to crystallize your vision, create goals that stretch your limits, and embrace the kind of colossal action that transforms lives. By watching this video, you'll learn the secrets of resilience and adaptability, two potent forces that turn setbacks into comebacks. We'll unlock time management strategies so that every second of your day moves you closer to success. You'll grasp the power of leveraging your own unique strengths, and you'll find out why failure is not the end, but a fundamental part of your journey to achievement. But that's not all. You'll witness the transformative effect of making quick, calculated decisions and understand why adaptability isn't just useful, it's crucial. Join us in this succinct, attention-grabbing overview that's more than just motivation. It's a map to a life of accomplishment. You don't want to miss the chance to elevate your trajectory. Tap into the massive results awaiting you. Watch this video and start changing your life today. Idea 1. Clarity of vision. Having a clear vision means knowing precisely what you want to achieve. It's like having a destination in mind before you start a journey. Imagine setting out on a road trip without knowing where you want to go. You'd likely end up driving aimlessly and wasting time. The same applies to your goals. When you have a clear vision, it acts like a roadmap. It guides your decisions and actions. You wake up each day with a sense of purpose because you know where you're headed. It helps you focus your energy on what matters most and steers you away from distractions. Think of it as setting up a GPS for your life. You input the destination you want to reach. Your vision helps you map out the route to get there, and it keeps you on track. If you encounter obstacles or get sidetracked, that clear vision helps you navigate back to the right path. Without a clear vision, it's easy to get lost in the day-to-day and never make real progress toward any significant goals. So, the clearer your picture of what you want, the better equipped you are to create a plan and take the massive action required to make your vision a reality. Idea 2. Setting big goals. When you think about setting big goals, imagine aiming for something that's beyond your current reach, yet still exciting and motivating. Big goals aren't your everyday tasks or minor improvements, they're about dreaming larger than life. These are the kind of goals that could change your life's direction and lead to incredible success if you achieve them. To set such goals, start by throwing away the limitations you usually put on your thinking. Think about what you'd want to achieve if anything were possible. This is about stretching your imagination and daring to consider monumental achievements. The logic behind setting big goals is that they force you to grow in order to reach them. You can't hit a huge target with small efforts. It requires you to learn more, do more, and push past your current boundaries. Big goals act as a beacon, pulling you forward. They set a high standard and create a sense of urgency. When your goals are that ambitious, there's no time for procrastination or half-hearted attempts. The size of the goal itself ignites a fire within, pushing you to take massive action that is the only type of effort that can bridge the gap between where you are now and where you want to be. Remember, big goals are meant to be broken down into smaller, manageable pieces. It's like looking at the top of a mountain and deciding to climb it. You don't just leap to the top. You plan and take the climb step by step. These smaller steps create a path and make the larger goals seem less intimidating and more achievable. And as you work towards these big goals, even if you fall short, you'll likely have achieved far more than if you had set your sights lower. Setting big goals is about reaching for excellence and transforming your life in the process. Idea 3. Taking massive action. The idea of taking massive action is at the heart of making significant changes and achieving big results. This concept is about doing much more than what might seem reasonable or ordinary. It suggests that when you have a goal, doing just enough to get by won't cut it. To really move the needle, you have to go above and beyond. When we talk about massive action, we're looking at quantity and quality. It's not just about putting in a lot of hours or working hard for the sake of it. It's about directed, purposeful effort that is aligned with your goals. Imagine you want to start a business. Taking massive action would mean doing thorough research, reaching out to potential clients or customers even before you launch, setting up efficient systems, and maybe working on your marketing day and night. It involves being proactive and preemptive, predicting challenges and preparing for them ahead of time. This level of action also means learning to be resilient. There will inevitably be setbacks, but when you're committed to taking massive action, setbacks become part of the process rather than a reason to give up. It's about having the mindset that every action you take is a step towards where you want to be, even if each step isn't a win. And it's important to blend action with reflection. While keeping the momentum up, you'll sometimes need to pause, assess what's working and what's not, and tweak your strategy accordingly. This way, the massive action is smart and responsive to the situation, not just a flurry of activity without direction. Lastly, adopting a massive action approach also means being consistent. It's not about a burst of effort followed by inaction. It's about doing what's needed day in and day out with focus and intensity. When you do this, the compound effect of your actions over time can lead to massive results. Idea 4. Overcoming fear. Sure, the concept of overcoming fear often revolves around confronting the internal barriers that prevent us from taking bold actions. Fear can be seen as a natural response to uncertainty or potential risks, but when it comes to achieving substantial success, facing and pushing through that fear is critical. Books on this topic typically suggest starting by acknowledging the presence of fear without letting it control your actions. Understanding the root causes of your fears can also be an effective way to diminish their power. Many fears stem from past experiences, doubts about one's abilities, or a lack of confidence in handling potential failure. A practical approach for tackling fear includes gradually exposing yourself to the situations that scare you, starting with less intimidating scenarios and building up your tolerance. This kind of exposure can help to desensitize your reactions over time, making the once daunting tasks seem more manageable. Another strategy is using positive reinforcement and affirmations to shift your mindset from one of apprehension to one of confidence and determination. Visualization techniques, where you imagine yourself successfully navigating a situation that you're afraid of, can also be a powerful tool. Keeping a focus on the present moment rather than worrying about what could happen in the future helps keep fears regarding potential outcomes at bay. This mindfulness approach encourages people to take things one step at a time, which allows them to handle challenges more effectively rather than getting overwhelmed by the scale of their ambitions. One thing that's often highlighted is the importance of building a support system, friends, family, mentors, who can provide encouragement and advice when fears become particularly obstructive. The key takeaway in overcoming fear is to actively engage with it. Instead of avoiding the feelings of fear, you confront them head-on, which, with practice, reduces their impact and allows you to take the massive action necessary for massive results. Idea 7. Leveraging strengths. Leveraging strengths is a concept that encourages you to identify and make the most of your innate talents and abilities. Picture it like using a lever to lift a heavy object. Your strengths are the lever making your tasks lighter. The idea is to focus on what you're already good at, rather than spending too much time trying to improve your weaknesses. When you know what you excel at, you can use those skills to tackle bigger challenges and aim for greater achievements. By recognizing your strengths, you're in a better position to choose projects and opportunities that align with what you do best. This strategy is like fitting a key into the right lock. Everything flows more smoothly, and the door to success swings open with less effort. So imagine you're great at communicating with people. Instead of pushing yourself into a corner with tasks that involve a lot of detailed paperwork, you'll make a bigger impact by being in roles that let you talk, negotiate, and inspire others. It's about placing yourself where your natural talents shine and can have the most positive effect on your work and the people around you. It's also smart to keep honing your strengths. Like sharpening a blade, the sharper your skills, the more effective you'll be. Take courses, practice, and seek feedback in the areas where you're already strong. This doesn't mean you should totally ignore your weak spots, but the idea is that you'll see bigger returns by investing in areas where you have a natural edge. Overall, using what you're good at to your advantage can help you achieve more with the same or even less effort, and often with more enjoyment and satisfaction along the way. It's about playing to your strengths to take big strides towards your goals. Idea 8. Learning from failure. Sure, let's explore the concept of learning from failure, which is commonly discussed in personal growth literature. When we try something big or new, failure can often be part of the process. It's uncomfortable, maybe even painful, but it's also full of lessons. The key idea here is not to see failure as the opposite of success, but as a critical part of the journey towards success. Think of failure like a teacher. It gives us feedback on what works and what doesn't. Every time we fail, we get information. This information is valuable because it tells us how to adjust our approach. If we keep making the same mistakes, we're not learning. But if we use the feedback failure provides, we can improve. One useful way to handle failure is to ask questions. After a setback, instead of getting disheartened, we might ask ourselves, what went wrong? What can we do differently next time? What did we learn about our process, our decisions, or our methods? Another aspect is resilience. When we fail and instead of giving up, we bounce back and try again, we're building our resilience muscle. This is critical because success is often about staying in the game long enough to get things right. Emotionally, failure can be tough. It might bruise our ego or make us doubt ourselves. But if we switch our perspective and see each failure as a step closer to our goals, we can manage our emotions better and stay motivated. So the act of failing isn't the end of the road, it's an important part of the path to success. Each failure teaches us something valuable that can help us refine our strategy, improve our skills, and ultimately reach our goals, if we're willing to listen and learn. Idea 9. The power of decision. Decisions are a critical part of achieving great success. Think of them as the steering wheel in your journey toward your goals. The moment you decide, you essentially set the course for what comes next. Not only do you need to make decisions, but you also need to make them quickly and confidently. The longer you take to decide, the more time you lose, and time is a resource you can't get back. Making a decision means committing to a path and often requires you to step out of your comfort zone. It's not enough to merely choose, though. You must follow through with actions that align with your decision. It can be tough because it's a clear signal to yourself and the world that you're serious about your goals. Decisions also have a way of shaping your character. Each time you make a choice, you're reinforcing a belief in yourself and your ability to influence the direction of your life. By making decisions, you control your environment rather than letting it control you. Hesitation can be a big obstacle. Sometimes you might find yourself stalling because you're afraid of making the wrong decision. But here's the thing, not deciding is in itself a choice, and often not a good one. Without decisions, there is no action, and without action, there can be no results. So the idea here is to get comfortable with deciding. Start with small decisions to build up your confidence. As your skill in decision-making grows, so will the impact of the actions you take. Remember, if you want to see massive results, you'll need to become adept at making and acting upon powerful, deliberate decisions. Idea 10. Adaptability. Adaptability is at the heart of taking massive action and achieving great results. It's about being able to change directions when something isn't working. Imagine you're on a path towards a goal and you hit a roadblock, a strategy that's not panning out, or an unexpected challenge. Instead of giving up or stubbornly sticking to the original plan, you adjust your approach. You keep your eyes on the prize but are willing to find new ways to get there. Think about a river flowing towards the ocean. Along the way, it might encounter rocks, fallen tree branches, or changes in the landscape. It doesn't stop. It moves around them, over them, or even changes course to find the best way forward. That's adaptability. Being adaptable means staying in tune with your environment. You're alert to changes, ready to learn new things, and open to feedback. You know that what works today might not work tomorrow, and you're okay with that. It's a skill like any other, something you can get better at with practice. It requires a mindset that enjoys the challenge of the new and the unknown. This kind of flexibility can make the difference between success and failure. When you're adaptable, you're resilient. You bounce back from setbacks. You see every hurdle not as a stop sign, but as a detour sign, guiding you to perhaps an even better route than you had planned. It's a way of thinking that embraces change.